Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today we are starting a new series called The Road to Knightfall. I am Detail Devils, and in this series, we are going to go through Batman Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham City, leading up to the release of Arkham Knight. Now, I know these games are pretty long, but hopefully we'll be able to make these through together and, hopefully have a little fun along the way. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start a new game. Hard drive. Story. And we're going to go ahead and start a new game on normal with all this fun stuff on. Now, for the most part, I'm not going to really hit over most of the side quests. Oh, cutscene. Alright guys, and here we are in Blackgate Prison. Now, we're starting with Arkham Origins because technically it is the first one in the series, as it is a prequel. And if you guys weren't sure, this is considered canon to the Arkham series, so it's always a fun time. Now, we're trying to save Commissioner Loeb here from Black Mask's thugs down here in Blackgate Prison. I guess you could say that his foresight was not very good. Haha, I'm an awful person. Well, that's a sound.
Where is Black Mask? I don't know. He's here for Commissioner Loeb. Maybe one of his men knows.
Oh, that's not Commissioner Loeb. Right. I swear, I've played Arkham Origins before, but it has been a little while. I should have read the subtitles. This is one thing I definitely like about this game. It's really quite. I like the details. I like the animations in this game, particularly. That's the thing that's happening.
These are Black Mask's men. I'll make them tell me where I can find Black Mask.
And so now my favorite thing that has to do with the Arkham series, to do some fighting. This is one thing that everyone really likes about these games, is they're so fluid, and they really are, and it's so easy to see it.
Where's Black Mask?
Something I noticed about this game is he's a lot more brutal. A lot more brutal.
Time for this.
Okay. We said it for the execution chamber. With Bob.
Smart move. Now you get to take a nap.
Well, at least he's taking a nap. You know? Could be worse. I just got finished watching the first 2 episodes of Gods and Monsters. So, you know, at least he's already in jail and I'm not eating him. Spoilers? Warnings? Spoilers? Hey, some more fighting. Now, like I said, we're gonna try to avoid some of the side quests, unless they're kind of important, like the, oh, well, that was not good of me. Like any of the side quests that have to do with the 7 assassins, which are kind of the main villains of this game. Or at least they're kind of advertised as such.
This gate is blocking my way. I need to grapple up and over it quickly.
And yet another mechanic that everyone likes in this series is the grapnel gun, which was handled really well in this game. There's our first assassin of the game, Mr. Killer Croc.
Look like that's what got you into this mess in the first place.
I quite like Killer Croc as a villain. That seriously looked like I need him in the crotch for a second. I don't care about this person, I guess.
Anyone who has seen the criminal Black Mask or his
So we've got some villains in here with Vicky Vale. I don't think I've ever entered this room like that, by slide kicking someone. That's kind of fun. Now, I'm very excited for Arkham Knight, as I think a lot of people are. The game looks absolutely incredible, and I will definitely be doing a Let's Play of that. But, for now, I figure we'll be sticking to about 30-minute segments, trying to get through this. As it is a longer series, I might up that to be a little bit more.
We don't want any trouble.
Those guys in the back look dead. I hope they're not. That would be disappointing. Battering the door. Am I going up or am I going down?
The floor is weak. I can use my explosive gel to break through.
Now, while the voice may not be Kevin Conroy, who, you know, Batman from Batman the Animated Series, Justice League, and the other 2 Arkham games, and Arkham Knight, I really don't think he does that bad of a job. I like the way he kind of sounds like a younger Bruce Wayne with more of an attitude, almost.
Police commissioner's plans. Is they are mine.
What have I got to show?
Oh, Black Mask. It's love-hate relationship. It's hard to look at Black Mask and like the character. I was not a big fan of Roman Sionis in other stories that he's been in. Although, with him in Under the Red Hood, that started to change a little bit, and I was glad that he was the villain in this. Well, is the villain in this. it's a nice departure from the supervillains that you'll come to deal with in the form of Bane and Poison Ivy and such, because Joker will eventually be a big player in this, in the Batman storyline, because he's Joker, and that's kind of one of the more known villains in Batman and tends to stick around because of it. I missed. Oh, so this room, as you can see by the little piece of paper there, to Happy Holiday Julius. So that is, or Julian? Julian, yeah. Julian Day, who is Calendar Man, who is also another kind of present force in the Arkham series. And, you know, cool guys don't look at explosions, so turn your back from that. And face the pipe, because that makes you look super cool, if you didn't know. I was gonna leave that there.
I need to depress both switches at around the same time to open that door.
Hey, there we go. One thing that I didn't particularly like about the series was the necessity of mashing buttons to pull down grates and kick them open. Speaking of, yeah, there's Calendar Man, as we were talking about. Well, wherever he is.
That's just too perfect. You gotta owe me for this, Julian.
I actually don't quite see where Calendar Man is.
What do we do about Lowe? Bring him in.
Is he... Oh, he appears to be in the room. Yeah, he's in that little contained cell right there. I imagine this is the first time we see any kind of, like, special containment unit for supervillains, as he was in the execution chamber.
Haven't I always come through for you?
You may have, Julian, but things have changed. We're starting with a clean slate, and you're not on it.
What are you talking about? I'm not on it. After all I've done for you.
Show's over, boys.
I did appreciate the more human-ish look that they gave to Killer Croc in this, before he will change to the more monstrous kind of appearance that he shows in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I love those cinematic finishers. They're always so nice looking, but when you finish someone off with a special combo takedown, it's always just a little bit brutal, especially when it's the last person, because you get some really nice close-ups of him breaking people's arms. Now, I'm a pretty decently big fan of the Batman series. Not just the games, but I love the TV shows. I love the comics. I definitely read the comics. One of my favorite comics that I've been reading lately was the Forever Evil series, which, if you guys haven't seen them before, is just so good.
Memory card is damaged.
It was probably one of my favorite parts of the New 52 stories. Hey, look, ladders. Gotta love ladders. They serve a good purpose. He's pretty.
I know I caught yours.
don't you love Batman's sarcasm? You know, for all those times that Batman's sarcastic to his supervillains instead of just punching them in the face. I love those moments too. So this introduces an interesting mechanic to the game, which is the super stun. Not something I ever really understood was how that kind of thing worked. Was the super stun, which is the 3 cape stun that you have, and is the only thing you can do to take down larger villains like Killer Croc at the moment. And kind of makes it really easy to take down smaller thugs too. Although the beatdown tends to work pretty well on all of them. Yep, and more button mashing. Something I noticed is they kind of made him look and act a little more like King Shark and not just Killer Croc. And yet again, some wonderful slow-mo. Oh. I don't want to see whatever he has to show me. Try to blow that up. Ow. Ow. I really appreciate, like, they made him a lot more quick in this game to kind of show that more human side of Croc that you don't see in other games. Because he isn't just a monster in this game yet. He's still kind of humanish. And he's trying to eat my face. Again. And yet somehow Batman gets away with kicking him in the head. Headbutting him. That's what I meant. Not.
Your boss, where's he going? The boss of me is me.
I asked you a question, Punch.
I want answers.
Wait till Black Mask's assassins get through with you.
What assassin?
You know, if he wants people to answer questions, he should probably not punch them in the face until after they answer his question.
At least we know he won't be ugly.
Case in point, punch Killer Croc in the face 5 times, he doesn't get knocked out until after he answers your question. He could have waited to punch him in the face until he was done questioning him. And hello, Commissioner Gordon.
No such thing as a Batman, huh?
And there's our Batman the Animated Series, Harvey Bullock. And welcome to the Batcave.
Are you back for the night, sir? Shall I warm up Christmas dinner?
No. It's going to be a long night, Alfred. I just ran into a human-shaped crocodile. Told me Black Mask has hired assassins to kill me.
I appreciate that Alfred just takes this in stride and just kind of nods and is like, yeah, well, that's a thing. So these are kind of the upgrades you get by leveling up, which I won't be getting a lot of these because I don't intend to hit a lot of the leveling trees. Mostly because I don't intend to hit a lot of the side quests. And here's our prototype bat computer, which literally looks like a bunch of monitors just taped together and hung from wires.
Assassins, sir? As in more than one?
That's right.
And you heard this from the mouth of a crocodile?
His name is Killer Croc. He's already behind bars.
Oh, I pity his cellmate.
I don't. Let's see what else is on the drone's hard drive.
Each
Each of them gets one of these envelopes. I need them delivered tonight.
They're all hired killers, the best in the business. Black Mask isn't messing around. Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, former military, subject of a failed medical experiment.
Failed, you say?
Garfield Lynns, aka Firefly, burns on 90% of his body. His obsession is going to be his end.
How unlike anyone I know.
Witty.
Face I don't recognize. Copperhead. Strange. These reports reference a male, not a female.
14 escapes, huh? Well, you won't forget now. What the?
Ah, creepy snake lady.
Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot. Says here he's an expert sharpshooter.
How on earth?
Suspected of many assassinations. Dangerous, but reckless. Street tough named Lester Baczynski. Calls himself Electrocutioner.
I'm gonna call him Badinsky for the rest of this game.
Shiva. Her skill is unmatched. Bane, here in Gotham.
Ow.
Why would he be taking money as a hired killer?
Is that Warden Joseph?
Must be how Black Mask got inside the prison. He uses torture for intimidation and entertainment.
8 assassins after your head. What are you going to do?
I'm going to find out who is operating this drone. Make them tell me what they know. Then I'm going to find Black Mask and put an end to this.
Sir, I may be stating the obvious here, but you do realize that since you and I are the only people who know the Batman's true identity, those assassins will all fail their mandate if you'd just spend the evening here.
They'll put innocents in danger to attract my attention. I can't take that risk.
And you think it's a better idea to just put yourself in their crosshairs?
There's only one person in Gotham who can get his hands on something like this. The Penguin. He's been tracking Black Mask. Its next waypoint was a rendezvous with Penguin's men at Jezebel Plaza. I'll make them talk.
Well, at least I have a plan.
Wise, sir.
I know what I'm doing.
Well, in case you change your mind and want to train tonight instead, I'll keep your training facility active.
Thanks, Alfred. Even when you don't like me, you're very, very helpful. So this is the first game in the series.
Travel's easier.
Yeah, first game in the series to have
Points of different areas of the city.
fast travel.
One of my preset destinations should take you right to Jezebel Plaza.
Which is extremely helpful. But unfortunately, you'll be seeing this cutscene a lot.
Alfred, I'm tracking it too. It appears the control towers you use for your auto-nav systems are putting out a jamming signal. Storm damage. You'll have to go down there and find that out for yourself, sir. Got it. I'm close to one now.
Ghost capes are cool.
Anyway, what the? Grab the hostages!
You seeing this? What the hell is this?
I'll pull this trigger. I ain't playing.
Smoke pellets will confuse my opponent. I need to get up and out of danger. He can't shoot when he can't see. Attacking head-on is a good way to get myself shot. And probably the hostage, too. But they won't expect an attack from above. Nobody ever does.
Is that thing out?
Whoop.
I quit.
I'm in a vent. I see a guy. He's not gonna die, but I'm gonna hit him in the face. I hit him in the face. Crouchy, crouchy, crouchy.
Okay, I will.
Crouchy, 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 crouchy. Let's see. So there's one guy. There's the other. This is gonna be funny. You know, one thing I've noticed is that Batman really enjoys either breaking people's arms or punching them really hard in the face. One more guy. Ow. Again, hit him in the face by hitting him on a ledge. That's just... that's so mean. But I guess they're not, you know, good guys. So, yeah, it's fine.
I don't think this tower malfunction is from storm damage. I need to set up a crime scene and find out what happened. I should
Boop
start by
boop ba doo,
identifying
Inspector Bat. Boop ba doo ba doo. Boop boo. See, look, there's a dead guy. Clearly didn't see that without this.
Shannon, a Gotham Optics employee sent here to repair a faulty network tower. But what killed him? Scanning the DNA impact on the wall should provide an answer.
Impact on the wall. Ah, yeah, that thing. He appears to have exploded violently.
Impact analysis indicates the victim was killed by some kind of explosion originating at that access panel. I should scan it for additional clues.
That access panel. Oh, there we go.
It looks like the panel was rigged to detonate when swiped with a key card. Someone really didn't want this tower repaired, and it looks like that same someone left a set of fingerprints behind. Alfred, I'm uploading some prints for analysis. Let me know what comes back.
Certainly, sir. Searching now. And here we are. They belong to one John F. Baker. He's a rather unremarkable criminal. Small jobs, mostly. That's curious.
What's curious?
Mr. Baker's dead, sir. His body was recovered from the Diamond District just under an hour ago.
Looks like someone's tying up
Whoops. Whoops.
loose ends. I can bypass the booby-trapped access panel with my cryptographic sequencer, but I'll need the encryption codes from the victim's access card. Reviewing the crime scene will show me where it is.
I see the key card. See it literally right there. Aha! Ha! Oh. I don't know why I'm being quiet. I've already knocked out all the bad guys. Oh, I apparently can't go in there, so I'm just gonna scan it.
This card has the codes I need to hack any of the network tower's access panels.
There we go. Fun minigame time. Unfortunate. Nah, there we go. Password accepted. Door open. I'm gonna climb a ladder.